Hey, and happy Friday. The weekend is here. Relaxation is here. It looks like it's going to be a warm weekend for us, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, my shirt does say I got 99 problems, but closing ain't one. Just want to send you guys a quick little video, just encourage you guys. I think having a coach is a really, really big deal. I think it's really important. I was talking to somebody couple of months ago. We were kind of talking about this very thing, and somebody who's actually really successful in our industry. And I was talking to them about, the coach that I have and everything that we kind of do and go through. And he said to me, he's like, I don't think I could have a coach. Like, I think I'm doing so much business. Like, I think I'm kind of past that point of needing a coach. And I thought that was an interesting way to look at it, because Tiger Woods, who was forever the best golfer in the game, had a coach. People who run for president have advisors. LeBron James, excellent basketball player, has a coach. Tom Brady has a coach, and it's not just the coach of those teams. These are people who actually go out and hire personal coaches specifically to help them with personal skills. And I think that's really important. I think oftentimes we get too arrogant and we think, I'm doing so well, especially now. I mean, who has not had a great 2021? Right? A lot of people had a good 2020. Everybody's had a good 2021. And so, I think too oftentimes we look back and we go, okay, well, either I don't need a coach because I'm doing so well, or then I've heard the alternative. And this was an interesting one too, is, yeah, well, I've tried the coaching thing and I didn't really see a lot of success. And the more I dig into that, the more I see, okay, well, they had a coach, but they didn't listen to anything the coach that told them to do. And I think, coaching, when it comes to having a coach, I think you're only ever going to get as much as what you put into it. So I do have a coach, and I will tell you, first of all, the best people in the world, they all have coaches. So if the people who are at the top of their game, if they have coaches, I don't think there's any reason, I don't think there's any way I could be doing well enough to where I don't need to have a coach. Second thing is it really offers me perspective. When I'm able to go to my coach, and this happened to me about 3 weeks ago, I said, look, leads are down. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing. And my coach is looking at me. He's like, "You're crazy, right?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "The past 2 greatness trackers you sent in, which track, how many phone calls and face-to-faces and things that I've had." He's like, "They're not complete. You're not doing the work. So why would you expect the results when you're not doing the work?" And it's like, well, okay, there's your perspective. But that perspective, maybe it comes once every blue moon without a coach. But with a coach, and I can see the stress of the results, right? Like I can see when I'm not producing the fruit. But to be able to go to my coach and say, hey, I'm not seeing the fruit, what's going on? And he can very bluntly and plainly tell me, well, this is exactly why you're not seeing the fruit. It's just like a light bulb went off. Then I think the last thing is it keeps you accountable to yourself. I think we all have goals, and it's important that those goals are ours. It's important that other people know what those goals are. So like my coach, he knows what I want to do. He knows what I want to be. He knows what I want my business to look like. And whenever I turn in results to him that aren't in line with what I want to do and what I want to be and what I want to make and all of those great things, he can just say, look, CJ, you're telling me this is where you want to be. These are the results that you want, but yet here's what you're doing. These two things don't line up with each other. And I think that type of accountability, that's not something that we can give ourselves. So, I pay for a coaching service. I honestly love my coaching service. I do believe it's the best. That's why I'm paying for it. But I don't think you have to have that one. I think you have to have a coach though. So I have that coach, and then I also have 3 mentors. I call it like CJ's personal board of trustees, and I go to that board whenever I'm going to make a big decision or if I'm ever struggling with something, and I go to each person on that board and I do this separately and ask them, for their advice. And getting that outsider's perspective has really, really been useful for me. So I think it's super important that everybody has a coach. If you don't have one, get one. If you just want some accountability, you're just like, I don't know if I'm ready for a coach, but I like the accountability. I'll be accountable for you guys. So I don't know if you're a real estate agent watching this. I'm also sending this to some past clients or what position you're in. But I really do find a lot of value in having people who can hold you accountable having people who can coach you and feed into you on a consistent basis. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk soon.